Alright, welcome to the first devlog video for Rise of the Townies RTS. This is a strategy game tailored for mobile. It is kind of similar to the old Settlers games. Kind of like a mix between a small little city builder and your typical RTS games, kind of like Age of Empires. Somewhere in between there, tailored for kind of on the go gaming, so not as complex as your typical city builders, but also not as I don't know if easy is the right word, but not as easy as something like Age of Empires and 2. At least when it comes to things like resource gathering and your progression of buildings and resource crafting, etc. So right now, just getting a house going here, getting some. That's how we get more villagers into our town, getting our basic economy set up going. So starting to gather berries, gathering logs with the lumber camp, and as you can see, whenever a building is built, it automatically pulls in a worker to start working at that building. It'll select whatever worker is nearest. It's unassigned, not doing anything. So the next thing we want to get going is our stone production. We can do that with a mining camp. Mining camp can be used to gather stone, iron, or gold. That'll be sort of its ore form. So iron ores would have to then be converted into iron bars at a smithy, which will be something later on in the progression of the game. And you always want to continuously keep building houses, so that way you can have more workers for assignment. Right in the beginning of the game, I had assigned a couple of carriers and a couple of builders. Carriers are the essential unit for moving goods between different buildings and taking them to wherever they're needed. Sort of based on a demand system. Whatever the buildings require for resources, then the carriers will try to find those resources wherever they're at within your region and take them to that building. Builders are pretty straightforward as well. They do require a tool, which is a hammer, and they will just find whatever building is nearest and build it. There's also a priority system, so builders do take that into account, so higher priority buildings. And we also have our hunter here gathering meat from the deer. So different buildings require different food for production. For example, the logging camp requires fruits and veggies, and the mining camps require meat. Right now I only have deer, but I do plan to add fish like on shore and things like hares and other types of animals for meat. The next progression for food is going to be getting our bread production going. So right now I built a well. After the well, we'll need a farm, then a grain mill, and then a bakery. So right around this time, I kind of noticed some, I don't know if it's sort of bottleneck, but I kind of noticed that it does need rebalancing at about the 10-minute mark or so. You kind of just start waiting around for logs a lot. So a lot of things require logs and or planks, and planks are made from logs. So I think that's sort of a bottleneck right now. Could be from balancing, or could be just from the fact that I waited too long to get a second set of logging camp and sawmill going. So I think I'm probably going to end the video right here. There's still a ton I want to show in regards to like the efficiency system, the priority system, and you know, the whole sort of economy for setting up your tools and weapons production. But right now, I just kind of wanted to show quickly what kind of the game is, or at least the game mechanic is going to be. Um, so yeah, please follow along for more videos, and you know, it's still pretty early on, so open to more, or to a lot of feedback and suggestions, as long as you know they kind of align within the system that that I've built here. Um, Definitely needs a lot of work on the UI and audio side of things, but just been heavily focused on all the systems that, you know, specifically like the carrier system. So yeah, thanks for watching.